Hey everyone, Ravinous here. Welcome to Final Fantasy XIV, and today we are going to go through the patch 3.5 main scenario. Now remember, this is going to be the entire story added in the 3.5 story. So there is, of course, spoilers. This is probably the most spoiler-heavy part of my 3.5 series. So, now that you know if you need to turn away or not, remember, this is your spoiler warning here. Let us continue. Continue the story, starting with, this will be part 1 of our main scenario. I will make a cut, and I'm going to try to time these because I hear there are some bigger cutscenes, as well as a dungeon in the middle of all this. So there might be a couple of episodes where I have to cut them short because we're running long on time and need to start from there. The dungeon will also be in a separate video. I will let you know when that occurs, so that way if you want to see everything in chronological order, because I'm going to have the dungeon video uploaded before this one, so by the time you're watching this, that video is already up. So, let's start by talking to Tataru. Alright, Tataru has a request for you. Ah, Ravinous, just the hero I wanted to see. Would you mind doing me a small favor? I need you to meet me at the Diamond Forge. This won't take long, I promise. Where is the Diamond Forge? Okay, it's here in Mordona, so... And I've already talked to everybody around here at the end of the last story. They shouldn't change what they say just because I accepted the new quest. Afterwards, things may change where people are and stuff like that. So, let's go ahead. Yeah, I've never heard of a place called Diamond Forge, but I guess it's here in Mordona, so... Alright. Got my old repeatable quests. Up there, maybe? Not seeing it over here. Maybe it's in this room here. Are you in here? Yes, there's my destination. Alright. I'm sorry to drag you away from your duties, but as I said, this won't take long. I need you to stand perfectly still for a few moments. What? Right, everyone. Ready to get to work? No squirming now. Oh, and you might want to close your eyes. I'm afraid. Hee 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 hee. What? There, all finished. The Warrior of Light's every measurement from heroic head to intrepid toe. Jeez, is this because I switched to a casual glamour? Well, wouldn't you like to know? All in good time, Ravinous. All in good time. I know you've been making clothes for people. Ina! Aha! Found you! Alphanon wants everyone in the cellar for a meeting. Don't know what it's about, but he seems to think it's very important. Go on, we have everything we need. No sense keeping everyone waiting. They seem overly excited for some reason, and that frightens me. Alright.
We're here. Did we miss anything? We would not presume to begin without you, Ida. Orianger has returned to the Waking Sands, but everyone else is now present.
Yes, but for what exactly? We all have duties to attend to, Ravinous, so you may dispense with the preamble.
Thank you, Elise. It is the very subject of those duties which compelled me to call this gathering. Though the Warriors of Darkness no longer pose a threat, Eorzea's many troubles demand no less of our attention. And while I stand by the decision to approach each task as we see fit, I fear our effectiveness will ultimately be diminished should we continue to act in ignorance of each other's efforts. Thus, I propose we elect a successor to Minfilia. Not to serve as a fully fledged antecedent, perhaps, but as a coordinator of operations.
Is that all? Well, then the decision seems clear. No one else has shown any enthusiasm for the role, and judging by your performance at our previous meeting, you would seem the perfect candidate. You always did have a flair for politics.
You do it because we don't want to.
I did not mean to. That was not my intention. As my tenure as commander of the Crystal Braves comprehensively demonstrated, I lack the qualities required for such an office. I would much prefer to remain as I am now, a soldier in the field, so to speak.
Should none of our number step forward, must we then constrain some unwilling candidate to take up the position?
Well, based on merit alone, a certain adventurer would be my choice. Though I concede he might struggle to balance his new responsibilities with, let me see, slaying primals, thwarting legatuses, and feeding the orphan poor.
So I do.
Thancred makes a good point. Any who would wear such a mantle would be bound by its obligations. Have we not become sufficiently familiar with each other's methods to act without an overseer? At present, I see no cause to so willingly limit one of our number.
Oh my goodness! Help! I need some help here!
I'm gonna punch it.
Tataru, are you all right?
Me? I'm fine. It's this poor girl who just staggered in and collapsed on the floor that I'm worried about.
Narco! God, how did you... You stole her! Please, you have to help her! Kral, a hand if you would. Let us see about closing these wounds.
Ida seems intimately familiar with this person.
Now, we staunched the bleeding, but it may be a while before you can move about again. Though having seen your wounds, I'm surprised you are still moving at all. Thank you. My message. It was too important to delay. I took the shortest route I could, though I knew it was more heavily patrolled. As you can see, my efforts at evasion were not entirely successful.
Honestly, you're too brave for your own good. What was so urgent that you needed to fight half the Empire to get here? You could have been killed.
I'm sorry, Ida. I had good reason. But I imagine your friends are wondering who this bloody mess of a Mikote is. My name is Minago, and I belong to the Alamegan Resistance. I came to warn Ida and Papalimo about one of our leaders. A man who calls himself the Griffin. He's always been dangerous, but he's planning something new. Something reckless.
Griffin again, huh?
The Griffin, you say? I've heard the name. Rumor has it your man is eager to test his claws.
Aye, and on no easy target. He means to assault Belsar's wall from the Alamegan side.
But what does the Griffin possibly hope to gain from such an attack?
From what I understand, he wants the fires of war to spread to Eorzea. And for that, he needs to control the border with Gridania.
So, he means to spark a conflict between the Alliance and the Imperial forces stationed in Alamigo, to have Eorzea's armies aid in the liberation effort, whether they will it or no.
His plan is flawed. Even should the resistance succeed in occupying the wall, they would not be able to hold it. Imperial reinforcements would drive them out within a week.
Be that as it may, if there is even a chance that this scheme could bring about an escalation in hostilities between Eorzea and the Empire, the Alliance must be informed.
Agreed. I should depart for Lim-Salaminsa forthwith and seek an audience with the Admiral. Thancred, Uldar is yours. Alphino and Alize, make haste to the Twelveswood and notify the Elder Seedseer of the danger to Gridania. She will duly call a council of the Alliance leaders, whom you must be ready to receive. You will be our voice in Ishgard. Explain the situation to Sir Emmerich and encourage him to send an envoy. To Taru, Kryl, I leave the care of our injured messenger to you. See that she remains quiescent and her wounds closed. I believe that covers everything. Let us be about our tasks.
Gee, look who's taking charge.
I suspect the ill tidings from Girabania will be held as a turning point. The beginning to a bloody end. The business of war was ever conducted with the coin of self-sacrifice. 'Twas Master Louis Soir himself who taught us that such costs are not to be ignored or denied. And so I shall embrace them. When the time comes, I will make my choice, as you will yours.
Eerie. Let's see how that one turns out. But yeah, with Y'shtola going to Limsa and Thancred going to Ul'dah, it was like, oh, everyone's going to their usual spots. And then they sent me to Ishgard, and I'm like, I guess kind of that does work. I kind of am the envoy for Ishgard. See, Tattoo and Kryl took the resistance fighter to more private chambers that she might recuperate in peace. The poor girl was in quite a state, wasn't she? Alright. I wonder what Isildur, I don't know how to pronounce that, would have to say about our wounded visitor. His own injuries yet keep him abed, and I miss savoring a cup of tea alongside his usual observations. Even when casting the same incantation, the mastery of each practitioner greatly affects the efficiency of the spell. The principle that was aptly demonstrated by our two young mages here. We have some training in the healing arts, so we will take turns with Mistress Kryl in caring for our patient. Orchard, in particular, seems rather eager to learn from the experience. Mistress Kryl and Archon Y'shtola are truly exceptional healers, and 'twas an honor to witness their ministrations firsthand. If only I could tend my brother's battle hurts with such proficiency. I have yet much to study yet ahead of me. Blah. We were all surprised by our sudden visitor, but Hori was able to gauge the situation at a glance. He realized the Makote posed no immediate threat and permitted her to enter. But that doesn't mean that he wasn't on alert for some manner of trap. Ah yes, mayhap the elder is the fighter man after all. I believe she said her name was Nyago. Perhaps her cause appeared to have been genuine, but I must confess to feeling no small degree of trepidation even as I stepped aside. So, in other words, they were cautious, but they believed her. After conferring with Y'shtola, we've decided to focus our attentions on the East Shroud. Someone needs to keep an eye on the border, not to mention the Sylphs. I hate leaving Naga like this, but I know Kryla and Tataru will take good care of her. Good, I was wondering what they were doing, seeing as how the twins are taking Gridania. So I need to head to Coerthus Foundation to meet with Emmerich. Because I seem to have a repertoire with him. That's why they sent me. And in doing so, it really does feel like I'm more part of the group than, hey, we'll do everything, and when things come time to punching, you punch them. No, I appreciate the job. The whole, Y'shtola is sending us out on, everybody go talk to who you need to. And that actually works out really well. I think a lot of MMOs would have had me go talk to everybody as a way of extending the quest. At least that's how I feel other MMOs would handle a situation like this. But this way, it feels like everyone has more character, to the point where I'm thinking, hey, Y'shtola's stepping up as leader. Whether she's thinking about it or not. Anyway. Greetings, Warrior of Light. What business brings you to Ishgard? I see. Wait here. I'll summon Sir Emmerich. It is good to see you, my friend. 'Tis but a pity it must be under such circumstances. Had Lucia not informed me of the urgency of your suit, I would certainly have sent for some fine wine. But to business, I thank you for bringing these developments in Alamega to our attention. Ishgard will of course send an envoy to attend the council in Gridania. I cannot say who will represent us, however, as the choice is not mine to make. Not mine alone, at any rate. Given the eminence of the threat, we may forgo the formalities of full assembly, but I will still need to consort my counterpart in the House of Commons prior to the proceedings. Will you permit me some time to make the necessary arrangements? Sure. Don't want to leave them out, don't want to spat between the common folk and the nobility again. I thank you. A representative, whomever we select, shall require a suitable escort. Make your preparations and inform Sir Handelu that he is to lead in your absence. Yes, Lord Commander. Ravinous, pray accompany Lucy to the gates of judgment and make ready to depart for Gridania. I will have our envoy join you as soon as I can. Fury, speed you on your way. It's probably going to be Sir Emmerich. Alright, and talk to Lucia. If you have no other business in the city, join me at the gates of judgment. We must be ready to depart the instant the envoy arrives. But yeah, I don't see, oh, what is her name? I'm gonna pass by there, so I'll go check her name real quick. But that's why, one of the reasons I'm walking there. Because I know it's right outside the gate. But, I doubt Hilda wants to come. So I believe she's kind of the leader of the common folk, so I doubt she wants to come. Or else we'd have talked to her already. So it's probably going to be Emmerich. I mean, she's often fine with him dealing with us anyway. That would be my guess. But Sir Emmerich really is the figurehead of Ishgard, which is why we went to him first. But yeah, he needs to make sure it's okay with everybody. So that way, people don't freak out thinking that they're trying to take control again. Not you. You are perhaps wondering who will represent Ishgard in the council. As this is a military matter, I would not be surprised if Sir Emmerich nominated himself. He is yet Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, after all. Yeah, that's who I expect. meet again. As it happens, my counterpart in the House of Commons agreed that I should act as the Ishgard's envoy. See, told you. Not, I concede, that there was ever any real doubt, but as Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, it is my duty to sanction any military cooperation. Be that as it may, I could not, in good conscience, make the decision alone, not with the ink scarce dry in the Republic's Book of Statuses. I trust you understand, my friend. Alas, I must test your patience still further by making a brief stop at Camp Dragonhead. Given the trouble brewing in the Black Shroud, I would see that the garrison is ready to defend the border. Alright, we'll stop at Dragonhead. See, this is how Final Fantasy XIV extends the quests. Rather than just going like, okay. Instead of Emmerich just saying, okay, we'll go, and then going to Gridania, we have this trek, meeting him at the gates, making sure that the common folk are okay with it. Now we have to go check on the border. I mean, it makes sense lore-wise, but I can see that it's extending the quest ever so slightly. So I'm just totally ready to teleport to Gridania and start that up. Right over here. Talk to Lucia. I'm glad that Sir Emmerich's counterpart saw the wisdom in his coming. Few, if any, in Ishgard can claim to possess the expertise in both politics and warfare. The garrison commander waits within. Why not accompany Ravinous? You may see a familiar face. Really? Oh! Ravinous, old boy, how wonderful to see you, and Sir Emmerich, too. To what do we owe these unexpected pleasures? Oh, you're actually doing some good work for once. I have some milled wine brought up from the kitchens at once, if you will excuse. Nay, do not trouble yourself, au revoir. We shall be on our way soon. Lucia, a brief summary, if you will. Yes, Lord Commander. Sorry, these names trip me up sometimes, more so than reading aloud usually does. Hup, those villains hardly need an excuse to wage war. Bloodletting comes as naturally as breathing to to an Imperial. And thus we shall strengthen our patrols as you suggest. We shall also be sure to communicate these developments to Lord Francel and the Observatorium. I see everything is in hand. Carry on, Commander. You know, that kind of... What? Surprised to see yours truly at the helm? A little bit, but then I know that finishes your character arc. You and me both, old boy. I doubt I'll ever feel worthy to sit where he sat. Yep. Yet we could but play the hand we're dealt, and with a little help from the veterans and Anwa's careless chiding, I'm sure I'll meddle through. So worry not, old boy. Off to Gridania with you. Yep, that finishes your character arc. You went from a prim and proper, snotty noble to a decent guy. Good. So I know I said that they were extending that, but I can see that they used it to finish a character arc for somebody that I thought they were just going to blow right past, honestly. So, good on them. Now we're here, honor guard. I bid welcome to our visitors from Ishgard. It seems so peaceful. One would scarce believe that Velsar's wall and wretched Alamingo lie but a few short miles away. Diplomatic duties have brought me here on several occasions, but I find I am as enraptured by the Black Shroud's beauty now as when I first laid eyes upon it. I fear that this time, however, events shall not afford us the luxury of enjoying the splendor of the forest. Do you say anything different? Nope. Oh, that's right, because she's an Imperial. I was wondering why she was so anti-Alamingo. I forgot, she's Imperial by birth. Oh, so I got food as reward or money. I like money. Let's see. It seems we have to. Let's see. It seems we are to have an escort to the Lotus Shroud. A pleasant place to discuss unpleasant matters, is it not? Yes, of course. Tis like that we are the last to arrive. Let us announce ourselves, shall we? All right. Quest started. Let's head on over. All right. Simple enough. We're here. But we are running low on time for this episode, so we will cut here, and we will continue on to the next episode. So, if you enjoyed it, give a like. Any thoughts, comments down below. If you haven't subscribed, click on my beautiful face. If you would like to support these videos, check out my Patreon. And thank you for watching. Until next time, later.